and I really wanted to shout over the mic. No, she's been wherever it went. Oh, anyway,
wonderful memories. Wonderful memories. Yeah,
Steven,
I'm
he's
sure.
still with us. He must be looking out something.
He's frozen.
Right.
His
Yes, he's
processor's frozen.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Peter's
Yeah,
got
he's back.
He's
Oh,
back.
there, you're back. You're back.
I knew what he was up to.
Right, okay. Both Peter and I are using XSplit VCam for the backgrounds. And there is a feature in XSplit VCam where you can actually freeze yourself. So you can freeze yourself on screen while you're actually doing things in the background. And most of the time people don't notice. But today you did, and well spotted.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah.
How do you do that? I have XSplit.
Mine's is on now.
Yeah, Peter's frozen. If you look at your XSplit controls, Jim, to the right of your camera name at the top, Logitech, whatever, there is a stop-start button, pause control, and it just says pause camera. If you don't see it, then you just need to update XSplit.
I'm looking at it. I don't see it. It's to the right.
Okay. Just a minute. We are live. I can actually share it. Just a minute.
Oh, good. Please.
Harper said his internet is down. I don't know if you read that or not. But Harper said his internet is down.
Okay,
now
Steven.
now you got two. There's the button there. Okay.
Where? Show me. I don't
You've
see
got Brio. You've got Brio, and then to the right of Brio, there's a stop-start button. And if I press it, then
I see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Pause camera. This. Ho ho ho.
That's it. You've got it.
It's very, very handy. Especially when you're on boring subjects.
Now I'm back. Oh my gosh, good to know.
It's very good to know.
It would be even better if it could record a GIF, like you were doing this.
That would be good. I mean, it's handy. The one thing that sort of when you're live, drinking's not so bad, but eating a cup of soup or something like that, you can just switch your camera off, and you just do whatever you've got to do, and then switch it back on again. And especially when you're producing a show, when you've got things to do, like sharing this out to other places, you just freeze frame, do what you've got to do, and then come back. So
smart, very good.
Well.
That's wonderful. I'm on those cancer drugs, and I don't have cancer now, but I'm on preventative drugs. And and there are times I sniffle, and I hate to be doing this, and I can freeze frame it.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah. You're back, Harper. Welcome. We missed you.
I am. Apparently, somebody probably hit a pole or something. It was like, what happened?
No, can I just say with that, Stephen showing you that freeze, it's very good. Look, I've got a coffee machine over there, and when I go into bigger places and I went to coffee, between the coffee going on and my, what do you call it, the background noise thing, crisp.
Yeah, crisp.
It does really well. But I usually turn off the microphone and that anyway and go over. So it really is a good bit of kit if you maybe to take a phone call or something. Because if you're in a big group, it actually, a lot of people don't notice.
Well, I really like Steven because you're so up with technology. I've learned so much from you, Steven, and you're keeping us up to date with things, right? So this is really good. Yeah.
I'm just inquisitive. If I see something, I want to know more about it, and I really enjoyed. I've really enjoyed learning about music over the past couple of weeks and getting everything together. Because Chris mentioned yesterday, she didn't know about my secret project. She said it would be good if you could get 2 or 3 people on screen at the same time, talking about, chatting generally and talking about music. And after some practice, it's more than possible. In fact, we did a show yesterday, on OBS. Myself, Corinda, and Ed. We all know Ed. Ed, and we were on OBS, and we were on OBS, three of us, broadcasting, and it just works so seamlessly. That was practice for Friday. So we know it all works, it all hangs together.
Yeah.
And I've actually got a piece of software which is a visualizer. Basically, the way I'm going to do it is we're going to have a chat, play 3 tunes, have a chat, play 3 tunes. That's the way. Obviously, when the tunes are playing, what you don't want to be, and I can use this button properly now, is you don't want to be sort of sat there waiting for the music to finish. So we can switch over to the visualizer, and it keeps with the beat of the track, and it gives some people something to look at. And the other thing is that, of course, we can actually talk in the background while the music's playing. People won't hear us.
Yes.
That's great.
I have a question, Stephen. Stephen,
Yes.
on the screen we're looking at now, the background is black.
Yeah.
How do you make the background black with Restream? I have not been able to do that. I'm getting their stock pattern.
Right. Okay. If you go into graphics, then you can choose any background that you want.
I didn't know that. Okay, I've got that, and I don't want that.
So basically, you can pull up. I mean, there's a choice of about 20 backgrounds.
And that's in graphics.
That's in graphics, yeah, and you can choose whatever you like.
It's good.
Okay, so there we have it.
I like that.
I would rather have the black that he had earlier because it's less of a distraction for me and my guests.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the only thing
It forces you to focus on the guest rather than
Harper, 100% right.
And you better get that colour up quick or you'll be getting a knock on the door.
Well, the only technical problem is that you've got 20 odd graphics to choose from, but you don't know which one you've chosen. So you've actually got to match the one on the screen with the one in the settings, and then that's the one to hide, and you can come back to black. But yeah, so
just on about streaming and things. Stephen, have you heard of Ustream?
yes.
Ustream. And I'll tell you who's got it right in Britain. There's a guy, he's not an old comedian, he's 68. He's a comedian, right? And he is British. All for the British flag, the Union flag, not the Union Jack. Because a Union Jack is only on a ship. I don't know if you know that. The Royal Navy. Right, so the Union Jack is flown by the Royal Navy. The Union flag is flown by the British. So that's the difference. So I pay a subscription fee for him, right? Because I like his humour. And boy, has he got it right. So you get your link to say he's coming on at 7. You sit there and it comes on. It's away. The link goes to your email and it's taken it all away from YouTube, Facebook and everything. And it's bang on his platform. And he has got it right. He comes on for what he needs to do, finishes it. And like you said, Stephen, you'll look about his site and you can look at his old programs from the BBC he was on and everything. Everything's there, going right back to the 80s of him. And what you've always said, Stephen, instead of them looking at anything else on Facebook and that, all he can find is Jim Davidson. He's a patriot. And no, but he's done it really well.
It's something, Peter. I don't think everybody calls him a patriot. Let's put it this way: he's too blue for the BBC.
Yeah, he was one of the BB's highest paid stars at one time. Would you believe? Yeah.
Wow.
You played the Generation game. Have you heard of the Generation game? Live is the name of the game, and I want to play the game with you. Bruce Forsyth used to do it.
Okay.
I remember.
Okay. So Steven, have you figured out how we can, like, let's say this show here can actually go live on our own websites? I mean, are you getting that kind of ready that we can learn from you? Because I'd love to be able to do all my shows I do on Facebook and on YouTube go into my website. That's what I'd like to do, actually.
Thank you for the question. We're live on the website now.
Okay.
The website is Web Talks Live, WEB Talks Live, all one word, .co.uk, and you'll find us there. You'll see us all live on the screen, and I'm going to do a series of blogs and videos about it, so that if you want to dip your toes in the water, because as Peter said, it's the way to go. And I mean, Jim, you've got your videos are private, aren't they, on Vimeo?
Yeah, I do, and I've got on Vimeo. And what I've been doing recently is I've been creating Facebook groups, private Facebook groups that nobody can see but the people that are invited. They're secret groups. You can set that setting in Facebook. Yeah. And I'm doing a class for finance managers. I did a 5-week class, just concluded. And I can sell these classes, and the people are given the access to that room, plus the people that I invite to be on screen with me. And it's been quite financially rewarding. And now I'm starting a show very similar to the show we're doing right now with people in my industry. And I'm using Restream. And I'm sort of disappointed. I'm going to get Marco to help me with this eventually. I can't get approved on LinkedIn. I've been a paid member of LinkedIn since the early adapter. I was one of the first paid people back before Academy even. And I've applied for, to do video on LinkedIn and heard back from them.
It's one of life's great mysteries. I've applied 4 times. And I know people have applied several times. Talking to Irene about it this morning, she said the best advice, which comes from TubeBuddy, is not to share things to LinkedIn, but to actually upload the video.
That's what I do.
The more videos you upload,
I would do that gladly, but I just can't communicate with them.
Yeah, well, hopefully, I'm hoping that something opens up, because BeLive can now go to LinkedIn. So hopefully,
Harper went to LinkedIn. Harper went to LinkedIn to complain.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
He lives in Arizona. They have a lot of alien reports now in Arizona. UFOs over his city. Maybe he's been abducted.
Anything is possible. Right now,
Jim, try to upload some videos on LinkedIn. I think it's the best way. And also, how many times did you apply?
3.
Okay.
I have 30,000. I have 30,000 friends and followers on LinkedIn. And
but they don't take this in account, because, for instance,
I pay them monthly since 2005.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna tell you, it's kind of a joke here in Portugal, but because, for instance, when I was graduating at college, sometimes the examiner went so well, and then we go check the grades, and we get a 10 in 20. And we say, what the hell? It was so good. And other times, oh my God, it was awful. We go check the grade 15. Oh my God. And we like to say this. Look, the teacher throws the examiners to the air. Those who fall in the table are approved. Those who fell in the floor, not approved. And I think it's how they choose persons to go on LinkedIn Live. It's kind of
sounds like U.S. elections.
because for instance, the known expert here in Portugal about LinkedIn Live, got LinkedIn Live, I think, almost 1 year after me. And he had an amazing. Look, when I was approved, start laughing, Jim. Start laughing or crying. It's up to you. When I got approved on LinkedIn Live, I didn't have 1,000 connections.
Oh my! Wow, luck of the draw, I guess. It's the luck of the draw.
I think that there's kind of a ratio, you know. For instance, that's in Portugal, we have this free vacancy in this, and also it depends. I think it also depends the field you're working with. Okay, because for instance, they may in this business we have this much, in this we have this much. I think it's kind of this quote ratios. I think it's good to share videos, upload videos on LinkedIn, and keep applying. I think it's also a good way to do things, and going live on other platforms so they can see what you're doing, how you're doing. This could help, but I've talked with many people which they started live streaming on LinkedIn. So it's kind of a mystery. Okay, it's kind of a mystery, and nobody knows.
I have a question, Steven, because with Restream, you can stream to many other locations. Are there any that you find that you've gotten the most return or people? Oops, I'm gone here. Where am I gone?
You're still there.
Everybody's going.
Wait a second. Do you see me?
Marco's gone.
We can hear
We can't
you.
see you. No.
We don't
know,
see you, no.
I don't understand what happened. I'm still here. Oh,
Yeah, we can
Because
hear
now we
you.
have elections.
yeah. Well, my question was, okay, without seeing me, but you can hear me, Steven. With with Restream, you can stream to many other locations. Which one are you finding are the best for you to restream through? And I'm not talking about the big ones. We all know that, right?
We live in interesting times.
Just a minute. I've got a noise in the background. I need to.
Weird,
I'm going to close that. All right, I'll be back in a second. Right, I'm back. Yeah, and Marco's back too.
Oh,
And
I'm back.
look there.
welcome back.
What a lovely cat.
Nice to see you again.
Only Marco would have a color coordinated cat.
Peter, just a minute. Let's go full screen.
Don't see that.
Can't see it. No, it's too white.
Well, that's us actually. I've just phoned. Hold on a minute. How's that?
That's
I
good.
can't
Put it
see
in
it.
front. Put it in front of you.
Put it in front of you. Top.
In front of you, yes.
There you are.
Okay.
Can't see anything.
That talks live.
So that's
you.
Yeah.
You, yeah, that's
So-
you. Oh,
So
okay.
that's us on Stephen's website. But just think, remind me what you're using for that, Stephen, to take us there.
What am I actually? Right. In order
What's
to take us
putting
there,
that there?
how do we get from here to there?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Basically, Restream sends out a signal to a website called Switchboard, and Switchboard sends a signal to a website called OneStream. OneStream have got the player, and it appears on the web. And because it's very fast, then it just simply works so seamlessly. You can actually watch us live on the website. Now, in terms of cost, at the moment, the best way to do it is through a system called Caster.io, CASTR.io. And you can do it with Caster.io for $50 a month.
That's a lot.
Well, basically, this is a business proposition. We've got personal broadcasting, which we've been doing for years, but this is commercial broadcasting.
Okay.
And in in terms of a marketing budget, $50 for a company is petty cash.
Yes.
So if you were
Yes.
doing it from a business perspective, this is the cheapest way to get people to your website. You don't need to advertise on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere. You just promote the link to your website and say, I'm going to be live 2 p.m. every day. Come and watch me. And by the way, you can read my blogs and you can visit my shop and you can buy things whilst you're listening to me. So rather than surfing Facebook, let's put it this way. Every time we go on Facebook or YouTube, the people earning money, it's not us. It's Facebook and YouTube. Every time we go live on Facebook, Facebook earns money because people not only see us on screen, they also see the adverts down the side. And Facebook have got it right. They will click the advert. Facebook get paid by the advertiser. So every time we go live, we're making money for somebody, but not for us. If you can actually go live on your website, then rather than surfing Facebook or surfing YouTube, they will be surfing your website, reading your blogs, and you're visiting your shop. So $50 a month. Caster.io is the best way. Peter.
Right, so you know what I do? I put other people's presentations up and we talk about them. You know what I do.
Yeah.
Can we do that with this? This is for everybody to know.
Well, basically, you need a program which can actually go out to RTMP, and BeLive won't do it. StreamYard can do it. Restream can do it. Melon can do it. OBS can do it. So those are the systems you need. That's where you broadcast from, and you broadcast to Caster. Caster have got their own, a video player. Yeah. They've got their own web video player, which you just embed on your site. So it takes a couple of minutes to set up, literally. And
you could absolutely spend a lot of money with all these different sites. I had basically got down to BeLive and Restream.
Yeah.
The only complaint I've got Restream, it doesn't have a crawler across the bottom, and I love the crawler.
For sure.
And another thing I don't know if you've I ask them every week. What about chat? How can people chat to you? Is that still in the same position, Stephen?
Well, the chat is the chat. You can embed Facebook chat into your website, and if you're watching the website, then people can actually chat on there live. You can't feature the comments on the screen, but you can respond to the comments.
But wait a minute, if they're watching you on the website, how can they go to Facebook at the same time?
Well, they're not on Facebook. They're actually using Facebook comments. Facebook comments is a standalone application, which you don't have to be on. You have to be logged into Facebook, but you don't have to be on Facebook to use. And you can put it underneath your video, a little widget, and that little widget allows people to actually comment.
No, I love that.
Oh, you see, what an intelligent man. That's why he's staying friends with him.
No, thank you, Peter. Sorry.
It's
Him and his
amazing.
liberal ways, I'll put up with him. I want him.
So much to learn. So much to learn. But I
His
think
liberal ways.
I think in time it becomes easier, of course. But okay, but can you answer the question? I mean, I love what you're saying here, and I guess I have to wrap it around my head. So in other words, if you're going to be hosting, a show, you're going to say certain time every day, every week, then you would have to send it out to your email list and on Facebook and YouTube, I guess. Is that how you would do it?
Yeah.
That's how you do it? Okay.
I mean, the thing is that you basically, the easiest way to do it is to create a blog post. Create a blog post, embed this video in it or your video in it.
Okay.
And then send out a link to the blog post and say, this is where I'm going to be live. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And you could do that, as you said, on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you want to go. You can actually tell people to come to the website. And the other thing, of course, is that once the broadcast is finished, this is the other thing. If you visit the webpage, you will see that at the top, it's got we're live at the moment, but underneath that, if people go there when we're not live, they can watch replay. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So
good. That's good.
that's an integral part of it.
One thing I'm having a lot of success with is, my website is on Vimeo, my page, what I'm making the money on. And what I'm doing is I will take and put the video on Vimeo. I download it off of Facebook, or I get the MP4. I put it on my Vimeo site first. So it's on my Vimeo site. Then I take the link to that video on Vimeo and put it on LinkedIn. And for some reason, LinkedIn allows it to be exported back to my site. And people that never saw my site go back to my site. Am I making good sense?
Yeah, so they can watch it live. Is that what you're saying, Jim?
Well, when I take and take the MP4 and put it on my Vimeo site, SicklerOnDemand.com.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where I want people to go. Then I take that link as if it were a YouTube video. I just put it on LinkedIn, and it features the video. People click on it, and when they go to my Vimeo site, it's got a selection of 4 or 5 other videos they can watch, and they stay exported off of LinkedIn. Now they're on my site, and they're participating. I'm getting them to use my site.
Excellent. Well, I do that with YouTube. I mean, I post it on LinkedIn, and then they can go and watch. I mean, they can watch it right there, but it'll take them to my YouTube site. But Vimeo, is that a paid thing? Like, I don't really understand Vimeo very much.
Vimeo is several. You can go OTT, which is basically where people pay you a monthly subscription. I started out doing that. And then I found out I was in competition with everybody else. So I got sponsors, made my site free, removed the Vimeo hosting, which is just basically the same format, which is very easy. I can operate it. I don't even need my web guide to make the changes. So I can operate very easily. I can download videos, upload. I can do all sorts of things. I can move things around. I have different categories. I've got sales manager training, salesperson training, finance manager training, dealer, principal, owner, interest articles. I've got all these different videos. I've got about, 300, 400, 500 videos on there now, and they're all 35, 40 minutes, an hour. And the sponsors are paying me $10,000 to be sponsoring this, and they get interviews with me, and those interviews go on as additional content. So I use the sponsors are paying me, but they're providing content as part of it.
I love that.
It's working out really well. I'm north of $300,000 right now since December.
You're doing really well. I have to get in touch with you, Jim. You've got a good system going.
Well, it's a whole package. It's not just the Vimeo. It's the package I'm giving them is the interviews. I mass mail out, and if you give me your email address, just send it to me on Facebook. I'll put you on my mailing list where you can start to see what I'm mailing to these people.
Okay,
because I'm emailing 5 or 6 of the video interviews, which is additional exposure for my sponsors. And we're picking up anywhere from 15 to 20 new subscribers a week. So I know that the additional subscribers are picking up off of the Vimeo, because that's where they're signing up. So these are brand new people to me, 15 to 20 a week hopping on, and I'm keeping them engaged. It's then I'm teaching the class at the university. I'm doing a class on how to be a general manager, and I picked up all those students. The students are, and these students are the children of auto dealers. Northwood University is the auto dealer university. It's a full 4-year college, and I'm teaching a class tomorrow at 1:00 Eastern every Thursday. I'm teaching a 1-hour class on how to be a general manager of a car dealership. Now, these are the heirs apparent of their companies. They will own their companies. And my gosh, I've picked up all this.
Excellent. Excellent. Well done.
So it's been really, it's a whole holistic approach to marketing. I'm not marketing in any one way. And I got to thank Stephen Healey tremendously. I mean, I have known
He lights up.
I have known Stephen since 2006 or 7.
Oh my goodness.
It's never face to face. When I went to the UK, when I went to England, he didn't come. We had a party that 60 Brits came out and threw a party for me.
Oh.
When Debbie and I went to Great Britain, I had 100,000 friends and followers on Academy, which was the British precursor to Facebook. I had 100,000 people, mostly Brits, Europeans in general, and I had a huge following. And like I say, 60 people. Some of them traveled from Scotland and Ireland, and they came from everywhere. And we had a heck of a party. I did not get to meet Stephen, although Stephen and I were already friends on Academy at the time. I was learning technology from Stephen. And I have two mentors that have helped me tremendously: Terry Brock and Stephen Healey. Terry Brock, and one time Grant Cardone and I were neck on neck in my industry. Grant and I would do seminars, and we were competing with each other heads up. And I know him quite well, and I'm not. I can't say we're friends. We're conversational associates. We have no animosity between Grant and I. Grant and I are conversational cohorts. And at one point, he left the car business and got into the real estate business, and we sort of parted paths. And but I was neck on neck with Grant for a long time, and then I decided not to chase the money as hard as he chased the money. I wanted to go a different route because I'm more into helping people in my industry right now.
Yeah. So he was so Grant Cardone. I understand that's not his real name. I mean, I think I saw a name, something Lewis or something. Is that correct, or is that his real name?
No, he started out in Lake Charles, Louisiana, as a car salesman. He was a car salesman in Lake Charles, Louisiana. That's where he started. He worked for Billy Navarre Chevrolet, one of my clients today, one of my best clients, and. He was a pretty fair car salesperson. He was good. He never was a manager. And then he got involved with Scientology, and for some reason, he's a 10th degree Scientologist.
Yeah.
So, and like I say, he and I talk very, very congenially. We're not enemies in any way. I don't have any envy for Grant, but he certainly has surpassed my income.
He's one of these people who you either love or don't love.
Yeah.
And he divides opinions about basically the way he actually suggests that we go about things. So there we have it. And incredibly, yet again, we've been chatting away merrily for the last hour.
Wow.
Next
fun.
Next week, we're at Marco's house. Marco, the show is yours.
Ooh.
Okay, let's keep talking till next week.
We do anyways, right?
Very good idea.
I would like to sing us out.
Yes, please. Yes. Love to.
You ready?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
We are ready. Come on, Peter. Start singing.
We'll meet again. Don't know when, but I know we'll meet again. Hopefully next Wednesday.
5 p.m.
Through. Friends do. So see you next week.
Yeah. Love it. Thank you, Peter.
Bye.